was pretty nervous just because I didn't know any of the girls, and I haven't been actually overseas before, and China's a very different country.
Volleyball really is so international. We really don't have to speak the same language to communicate.
Should we play some volleyball?
I didn't even think of myself as a volleyball player. At first, I grew up playing basketball in Hawaii, so I didn't even know I was good enough to go to college, let alone come on a Pac-12 All-Star trip.
This is the experience that I've been wanting, playing overseas and playing with people who you don't know.
I had no idea what to expect, but I was absolutely blown away.
Our job is to facilitate your experience. I think volleyball is a cool thing, we all do it, but I didn't want it to get in the way of the experience. I've been with a team like this once before. We have a really small window to make something happen. Because this is under the Pac-12 moniker, there's probably a little bit more expectation or pressure. There's no way to get this right. We'll never put the perfect lineup out there, and for me, it's not about finding the lineup. You know, as we start playing together and just kind of rolling the balls out and see what happens, we'll figure out the stuff that works and the stuff that doesn't work. If it doesn't work, let's just throw it out the window. We don't need to go fix a bunch of stuff in the next 3-4 days.
Pac-12 on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Pac-12! I think anytime you coach a team like this that doesn't get a whole lot of preparation, it's important to figure out what they want out of it. You know, you got 12 new players, you got 4 new staff members, and you know, can we find some commonality in what we're looking to get out of it? So when we first got in that first practice gym, we sat around and I just had a pretty blanket question, what do you guys want? And it's pretty consistent around the circle. The girls wanted to get to know each other, they wanted to form relationships, they wanted to have a really cool life experience. So for me, it was pretty easy and pretty cool of being able to facilitate their experience because what they wanted all seemed pretty similar.
Walking into the gym on the first day, I was actually super nervous. I mean, this is a Pac-12 All-Star team, so you know, I knew the competition was going to be tough with these girls. I knew I was going to have to compete for a spot. But I also knew playing against them makes me better, so playing with them obviously is going to make me that much better.
I remember Clay came up to all of us and gave us these little chocolates, and she was just being super talkative, and all the girls were starting to get to know each other really quickly, and no one was really shy, and everyone was just really eager to get to know one another.
When I first arrived in LA, the first thing that came to mind was, wow, I have to meet a whole new different team of people I've never met before. I kind of just tried to be as myself as I can. I just kind of relaxed and said, we're gonna be teammates for the next 2 weeks.
You're just getting to know these girls, and I think with this group of girls, what is different was that we all kind of connected right away.
I set, you hit, now you become the setter, Gabby.
Right off the bat, we were just bonding together, and all I thought was, okay, I'm gonna come in with an open mind, and I'm going to learn as much as I can.
Coach Seeley is very different than my other coaches because he's very calm.
I definitely like his coaching style. He's very relaxed, something that I haven't really seen before.
You go over there with this ball, which is tougher to pass, and the Chinese, they serve the ball hard. If hitters do want to hit some balls out of controlled set, just kind of fine tune what that looks like. I'm good with that too. All right, got it good. Nice talk, guys. Great. We're locked out for sure.
Mike Seeley's coaching style is pretty awesome. I think he makes difficult things and he turns it into very simple things. He kind of really lays it all out.
So outsides, you're just going in a circle. Middles, you're going in your little circle. Setters rotate every 2.
You know, it's not only a tough situation for us, but it's a tough situation for him to be thrown into a bunch of new girls that he doesn't know. Only a few practices, and then we're trying to win when we play these really good teams.
Your observations first. Keeping in mind we've been together for 18 hours now. What do you guys think?
Starting to work well.
Yeah, what about what's comfortable?
We're talking really well.
communicating? Because I know with like a new group, it's super easy to like let like balls drop, and
Yep.
we're getting all the scramble plays, and it's really fun out there.
Yeah, going off of that, I thought like the scrappy plays were like there, and like the hustle was always there. So
Right.
it's, like, I don't know.
And early on, we've been asking you guys, what do you think, to kind of figure out what we want to do. And as we talk as a staff, we're starting to notice things like, hey, let's just put this in place. It'll make it easier on you guys. I think we'll be good at that. So as we keep going, we'll keep fine tuning what we're doing as far as who's passing, who's hitting what routes, and what works. All right, it's a good first couple days. Nice job.
Pac-12 on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Pac-12.
To start off the trip, we left from LA and flew to Korea. I don't even know how long of a flight that was to Korea, but landed in Korea and then took a short flight to Shanghai. Arrived in Shanghai, and I think that's when everything hit us.
It was just like all the big cities in the U.S. put together, I feel like.
When I first arrived in China, I kind of felt how powerful like the history of this place was. I couldn't be here long enough to hear all about it.
Traveling in China has been different, just not like quiet Colorado.
I'm always throwing the shot, guys.
My favorite moment in Shanghai was the tower that oversaw the whole city. And to actually go there and go up literally hundreds of meters in the air. And walk on a glass ceiling to oversee the whole city was an unreal feeling.
Oh, no, no, no. Get off. This is so terrifying.
It's so pretty. Wow, what if this whole building just falls?
Why would you say that?
I'd be ready to die though because it's nice, right? It's so dope.
Let's do this, huh? Let's do this.
Going into the first match, we walked in and it was like, oh, like this is an actual arena. Like we're gonna actually be playing volleyball. It was game time.
Get to 15, get to 15. Here we go. Down, 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 down. Oh, come on.
The Chinese teams are very technical, methodical, and very low error. Basically everything that I want to be.
And they're very scrappy. So like every time that you think the ball is gonna go down, like they get it up. And you don't really see that a lot in the United States.
The Chinese teams are very good. We definitely struggled.
Back on the wall, 11-1. Look at that. That's the epitome.
Yeah.
If you look up frustration in the dictionary, you get that. Just keep in context. Work hard, know it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be smooth. If you're expecting it to be that way, you have no hope for except disappointment here. Expect it to be rough, expect it to be a challenge, so when it is a challenge, all right, we're used to that. And when it does go smooth, which it will, I mean, that's grace. That's a bonus. Come on now.
Here we go, let's go. Pac-12 on 3, 1, 2, 3. Pac-12. Here we go.
With a team like this, where we're together for such a small chapter, it was about experience, it was about relationships. It was obvious from that first meeting that it wasn't going to be about going there and shocking the world with our volleyball brilliance. It was going to be about 16, 17 people coming together and having an amazing life experience. That's all we tried to facilitate. The theme of this pregame talk is reality. So sometimes the game, as we all know, it's played beautifully and everything's in sync and it's awesome. And sometimes it's an absolute dumpster fire, just chaos and just crazy. I'm going to assume the next 2 hours, it's going to be a little bit of dumpster fire. So let's expect that it's going to be rough at times and be okay with it. Come on, green light, green light. So that last little series was awesome. Last 5 points are perfect. There's intent. Everyone's making hard, aggressive moves on the ball, hittable ball, and getting after it. Perfect. More heart and determination. Better the ball physically, but make something happen. Get out there and go, all right? Here we go.
Here we go right now. Come on.
We won the first set, but after that, things didn't really go our way.
Good game. Good game. Good game. Good game. Good game.
It's taking us a little bit of time to get dialed in as a team, which is understandable. We're all from different systems, but the chemistry on the court is undeniable.
Since we have like very limited practice time, he's not yelling at us, telling us like we're not doing our job or whatever. It's more like we can improve on this and focusing on like the little things that we know we can do well.
It's kind of cool just like interacting with other people through the love of the game, even though we can't speak the same language.
The loss was definitely tough, but then we headed to a school in Nanjing to coach a volleyball clinic, and that definitely lifted our spirits.
When we first got off the bus in Nanjing, I just see like 2 huge long rows of like these cute little kids, and they all just like start clapping instantly, and it was like the most warm welcoming I've ever seen.
I'm Kelsey, it's nice to meet you. Do you play volleyball? Yeah. You do?
All of the kids were so excited to see us and so excited to play volleyball with us.
That welcoming was something that you probably wouldn't see in the United States, so that was really cool.
We got in the gym and took our phones out to take like a video of all the kids. They went nuts.
Ready?
They all swarmed around us and started yelling and like pointing at themselves and like grabbing our cameras so that they could be on it, which was pretty funny. I think they enjoyed the social media more than we did.
It's just really cool to see like how much of impact we have and how much fun they have when we show up there, and like also to see the excitement on their parents' faces when like they get to see that we're interacting with them.
All right, should we play some volleyball? Yeah! Okay, wait. What do we do with these?
Do you wanna serve it to them?
No.
No?
Okay.
Just seeing how excited these like little girls were to like see us come and help them was super eye-opening.
At the clinic in Nanjing, I made a connection with one specific little girl named Matsuka.
Can you be my kid?
She came up to me and threw a ball at me and wanted to bump pass back and forth together, and I was surprised because we were going at it for at least 5 minutes before I dropped the ball that I was supposed to pass back to her.
Ready? Oh!
But she was just awesome. Like, you could see it in her face that all she wanted to do was kind of observe and see and play with girls that she's never seen before, but already is inspired by. Yay! I love her. I kind of saw a little of myself in her. I told her if she needed to ask me any questions, to email me and to keep in touch because I wanted to be her pen pal.
The traveling this whole trip has honestly been like exceeded my expectations, and we've all had a lot of fun because we'll be playing music pretty much anywhere we're going. Honestly, we're just having a good time with it, and we're embracing the entire concept of this whole trip.
Yeah, on the top of it. I just broke my fingerprint off. It's really good. I really like it.
Off the court, we're all friends. We're all in the same boat. We're all college athletes having fun and just loving life.
Oh, God! Yeah!
every single girl has such a different personality, but they're big personalities. Just a bunch of girls that are loud and just having a good time and are just out there and so fun.
If there's one girl that I'd bring back on the team, it would be Clay. She's just fun to be around.
I'd probably say Calais just because she's so happy all the time and just has so much energy and passion for life.
Get the limo out front. Every shoe, every
Yeah, if I could have chose my middle name, it would have been No Shame. Because I just love people. Since I'm part Chinese, like, a lot of people have been pointing out the tattoo on my neck. It's the Chinese characters of my last name, which is Mao. Most of them stop me and they're like, wow, you're such a tall, pretty Chinese girl. I'm laughing because I'm usually referred to as just a Hawaiian girl. These people, like, they have so much to their lives, like just like us. They have no idea what I'm saying, so of course I'm gonna say some things that's gonna make them laugh and me laugh, so we're laughing together. That makes us friends.
The Great Wall of China, whew, that was an eye-opener. You learn about it in school and you see pictures about it in the history books, but to actually walk it was unreal.
It was just super surreal. It all looked fake. Like, I couldn't believe I was on the wall taking pictures, looking at it going both directions as far as I could see.
I didn't know if I was ever gonna even make it up here. Starting from the bottom, looking up, it's like, it kind of looks impossible, but you see all the people up here and they're up here for a reason because it's amazing, it's beautiful, and it's so worth the sweat and the heat. Making my way downtown, walking fast, chasing China to the homebound. The scenery is beautiful. Like, for me, being from Hawaii, I love green, I love the scenery, I love nature. So it kind of makes me feel like home. 110 steps. How many calories? Oh, 920 calories. Yeah. 1.81 miles. Glad to have you along on the journey with us, folks.
This view is absolutely gorgeous. Just gorgeous. It's worth all these steps, I will say. It's worth every bit of it.
How is it so far? You know, it's a struggle.
I feel like I'm out of shape.
I think this will help us prepare for the next 3 days.
Yes.
Back-to-back matches, you know.
This is good cardio and conditioning. Yep. Here we go. We're gonna have some good legs after this. It's a photo shoot, so y'all better look up.
This is the view.
You know, outdoors are just not for some people. I'm one of them. And to be honest, oh, these pictures better come out cute.
You know, the goal of the trip was to get all these girls on the floor, play a lot of matches, get everyone some good, legit playing time. You know, I teased that we were kind of the land of misfit toys as we threw everything together. We kind of came up with finally a lineup that we thought was our best opportunity, and we played that lineup in the tournament. Let's go, T-Dub. All right, first ball now. So that's that communication. As you're walking into set, I mean, they don't know who the hell we are. You're screaming, Calais, Calais, D, D, D. Now she knows. So if it does end up in between, we got one hitter who knows it's their ball, they can step close. If we drop it in between two, that kind of play. All right, one touch at a time. Let's go.
Here we go, guys. 5-12 on 3, 1, 2, 3. 5-12.
Inside.
The girls were playing really well. Like, we were finally meshing together, and like, a system was finally kind of coming together.
After having just a few practices together, we finally kind of clicked.
The girls, we all figured out our cheers on the sidelines. It got to the point where we knew what we were doing and we knew what we were capable of. And the girls like really had a great time.
One-on-one, hey guys, we're one-on-one everywhere. Let's dig a ball. Wow. Good job, people.
It felt really great to connect on the court. It took a lot of hard work, but we all combined as a team to win.
I think that the greatest takeaway for the girls in this is just the ability to have a new environment and try to be as comfortable as possible in that new environment. We're going to throw you with a new team, we're going to take you to a new country, we're going to ask you to do different things, and we're going to ask you to step out and perform, and can you be okay with that? You know, it could have been, oh, I'm tired, hey, we walked on the Great Wall, I'm exhausted, how can I go play a match now? It's just that life lesson, you got to keep showing up, no matter what it looks like, and just be okay with whatever shows up.
So we've come to the end of the trip. I am a little excited to go home, kind of homesick, ready to see my family. But if I could, I would definitely do this again.
They have a very rich tradition here in China. I'm just extremely grateful that I could take away the passion that the Chinese culture brings to their visitors.
What I'll take away from off the court is to really just enjoy other people's culture.
I love the experience. There was great food. I've never had things like squid or like pork belly before, but they're also super good.
It's kind of funny because we walk around and they're taking out their phones and their cameras to take pictures of us, and they're just stop and staring. Like, we don't get that usually in America. It's kind of like, oh look, it's Beyonce. Like, that's kind of how we feel. Like, we're just celebrities walking around in a group.
I think my favorite moment of the trip is, you're always teaching these girls to be adults and be tough in tough situations. You get them behind the scenes in the silk market downstairs and they got to haggle with those experts. Our girls were tough. They were no pushover down there.
Hey, I've had a lot of success. I finally got Converse. I'm so excited. I've always wanted. Ching ching. Ching ching. Don't play.
I feel so lucky to be here and that the Pac-12 does this. I don't think I've heard of any other conference doing this, and it's such a neat opportunity.
I think this does make us stronger and this does make us better players, being given the opportunity to play against these professional teams.
Definitely my favorite thing from the trip is just making new friendships. When I go and see them at their home, when they come to our home, just being able to have that friendship is really vital for me.
I think we're all just the perfect team to just put together in 2 weeks. I think it couldn't have gone any better.
I'm gonna miss all these girls a lot. I'm excited to go into season kind of knowing, like, I've been to China, I've met a lot of really cool girls I'm gonna be playing against, and I'm so excited to be able to see them afterwards and like know that I've made like a lifelong friend. And that's like what's really special to me.